God bless you. I was sitting here and I tried to um, enlighten myself in some area on a daily basis. I don't ever want to face one day where I'm not smarter than the day before. So I've been paying attention to in the last month about the power of conversations in business. It's amazing sometimes. I led a team recently and I would stand at the door and listen to this one particular individual talk. And it's amazing that this person would do 70 to 80% of the talking. I would never hear the client say anything. When what you need to have powerful conversations in business now, you need to be at the door and they only hear the client talking. The quickest way for you as a business person to be found interesting is to listen to your client. They won't care about how much you spit out. They won't care how you can be a walking presentation, a walking billboard for your product. But if you listen to them, you'd be surprised how fond they'll become of you. Now I'm speaking now because I take the low road and I need to kind of take the higher road. I've had 35 years of sales experience. 35. So where everybody with these MBAs can spout theory, I can spout experience. And what I've found from dealing with people is that thousands of people in more than one industry is if you listen to them, you'd be surprised how fond of you they'll become. We need to start having better conversations. I guess in this era with when the social media era with the LOL and half of these little monikers that they give, I don't know what they mean. What happened to talking? Well, you can't be the business person that wants to land a multi-million dollar deal by LOL or some other moniker or something like this. People want to have solid conversations. And to be a great business person, to be a great communicator, to be a great preacher, don't be the preacher that's counseling a member or counseling someone with a concern and you just spew scriptures off the top of your head. When someone's going through a dark place of grief, they may know the scripture, weeping may endure for a night and joy comes in the morning, but they don't want to hear it. They value more you sitting there listening to them. When people are hurting, sometimes they need to be listened to instead of statistics, odds, your value proposition, how you're better than the next guy, how you're great is what you need to have firm conversations. And it's amazing sometimes that, and I'm calling myself an expert. I will walk into that. Malcolm Gladwell said if you had 10,000 hours of experience, there's a guy named Michael Simmons. He's a mental model expert. And he said 10,000 experiment. Well, I'm sorry. In 35 years, I've talked to, in a sales basis, far more than 10,000 people. So I'm going to give myself expert status. So the thing that can endear you is having valuable conversations. Make it about them and so much far less than your product or your service. If you don't ask them the right questions, how can you know that you present the right product? I was in a sales situation recently with a lady and she said, just tell me how much. And I had to tell her, I said, ma'am, I don't even know if what I'm offering you will meet your need. There are questions that need to be asked. If you want to look at the difference in salespeople, if you're a peddler of products, you'll make some money. There are just some people that are going to walk out of the house and they're going to say, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to buy that, and you'll come at the right time. I once was in the copier industry, which is one of the, boy, you got to have some strong ones there, and especially on a Monday, walking into offices in corporate America back in the day. And I remember one day I walked in early on the Monday, just when outside salespeople dread making that first call, because if you want to find your clients meaner than a rattlesnake, walk in on them on a Monday morning. And what I discovered, I walked in one guy, and 5 minutes earlier, his copier had broke down. I walked in the door. He was so mad, throwing things at the copier, and that was the easiest sale I ever made. But you will not find that all the time. Most of the time, if you want to make it to the top in sales, you're going to have to be able to have valuable conversations with people. You're a couple valuable conversations from anyone in the world, from anywhere in there. We used to have that 6 degrees of separation. I think they have updated that. It's 3.7 degrees now that we have social media and the internet and all of these other ways of getting in touch with people, text and all the other modes of communication. 3.7 I guess you had you're about 6 people away. Now you're about 3.7 people away from anyone in the world. So sometimes even telling them, I remember a young lady, and it kind of heated me up because I worked very desperately to sell her a car once, automobile, bent over backwards because I wanted the business because of her proximity to my wife. My wife's coworkers, you don't want to lose them to anyone. Well, did everything, bent over backwards. She went and bought a car somewhere else. Now I was hot as a rattlesnake, but I did the bigger thing because it's my wife's coworker. I kept it low, and I was courteous with her, even taking her business somewhere else. Well, amazingly, 2 days later, she said, I didn't buy a car from you, but here's my boss, and he's ready. And I made a whole lot more money than I'd ever would have made on her. So look, the power of conversations in business. If you want to be a great businessman, you are a great businesswoman, you better learn to value conversations in business. They want to talk to you about something other than the pictures in your wallet. I know they taught us to establish common ground. That was one of the steps to the sale when I first got in the car business. But after the steps to the sale, after you found out that they went to the same church, went to the same school, and their child is in their second year at Harvard, you better know what else you can say. The power of conversations in business is tantamount. It's the pinnacle if you want to go to great heights in the business world. It's not what you say. Sometimes it's the questions you ask and the attention you pay and the listening skills that you use. Have an awesome day.